Hey, Levers, this is Super Zombie Barbecue. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with another fusion focus for you, which focuses on them fusions. Not these nuts, by the way, so that's a different conversation. But anyway, these fusions, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the beer drinking, ass kicking son of a bitch, against the immortal Hulk Hogan, the real American. Let's very much get this out of the way now. Hulk Hogan is a great card, but you're in for a shock when it comes to overall stats, as you can see on the screen. Yes, let's just compare the two cards together. That's one, two, three. Sorry, stats. Three. Stone Cold Steve Austin beats Hulk Hogan. Shock of the day, because a lot of people said that they weren't happy with Stone Cold's card, but for Stone Cold Steve Austin to actually beat and then proc in the same stats as that card absolutely means that Stone Cold is the overall best card to have because it beats Hulk Hogan. So definitely one to keep for your notebook. That now, where Stone Cold Steve Austin is fantastic as a card, and let's start on him first. Let's play a game. It's Keelan. Let's keep going. Keelan with his Bray Wyatt. Stone Cold Steve Austin is fantastic against one particular superstar, and that is, like I mentioned, Hulk Hogan. He also is slightly better than the Undertaker, who's in a previous episode. That is about it, though. He's okay against HBK, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. He's okay against, oh yeah, Randy Savage. But he sucks against Warrior, he sucks against Rock, and he's not great against Triple H. And that really surprised me, because Triple H, as a card, as a superstar, and I know they don't base it off of that, so that's Stone Cold with his proc and toughness, which makes him one of the best cards in the tier. He always had the one-up on Triple H. In fact, it was Stone Cold took over from Triple H, and Triple H had that horrible quad injury, and I expected Stone Cold's card to be a little bit better. I'm especially shocked that his charisma is so low. It's actually the lowest, one of the lowest in the tier. It is the lowest. I said this last time about the overalls of the tier. Stone Cold Steve Austin has the lowest charisma. He has the top level toughness with the Undertaker. He has the fourth best power, and he has the fifth best speed, which is insane, because it doesn't make any sense. Why is Steve Austin one of the fastest cards? It's just like, why? But hey, it's a great card to have. Because of that reason, it beats Hogan, and definitely one you keep in your lineups when the fusions start to become ridiculous, and you actually start to have your multiple fusion pros or multiple fusion singles in your lineups for King of the Ring, Exhibition, etc. Now, all that in mind, the best thing about Stone Cold Steve Austin is that toughness. Whereas before, I've said about other cards not being the jack of all trades. This is jack of all trades, not a master of one. Stone Cold Steve Austin is definitely the master of the toughness, mainly because he procs in that, but he does lose out to Undertaker on the basis that, you know, Taker has a much better charisma rating, whereas he does lose in the other stat sections. So that's Stone Cold Steve Austin for you. Such a surprise that he's better than Hulk Hogan. Personally, just purely on stats basis, I thought Hulk Hogan was going to run wild on everyone, let alone not lose to Steve Austin. It's just crazy. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be the immortal Hulk Hogan, who is actually joint second overall stats-wise with The Rock, which is in our last episode. Now, that's actually quite surprising when you take into consideration that Hulk Hogan has the fifth best power, okay, the second best toughness before Taker and Stone Cold, okay, the sixth best speed and the first best charisma. It's that charisma that really raises it up, which, you know, okay, fair enough. And the fact that he procs in toughness and charisma, I personally would have said power and charisma, but hey, that's just me. Hogan is a fantastic card overall, but he's definitely not the best card, and that's because he loses to Warrior in most stats, Ultimate Warrior that is, and he loses in to get Stone Cold Steve Austin, as mentioned. But where he does lose in those matches, he does have some significant advantages against others. He is tied with The Rock in terms of overall stats and how he's going to, how the stats will actually work in his favour. But where he does benefit is with Triple H. He beats him in free stats. He beats Taker in 90% of the time, which is absolutely insane. Why would Taker lose pretty much every time a 1 out of 10 chance taker is going to win a match. This makes no sense. Savage, why Hogan? Why is Hogan so much better than Savage? I don't know. Macho Man Randy Savage, one of the most well-loved superstars of all time, but he crushes him. Shawn Michaels, 70% of the time, he's gonna lose to Hulk Hogan. Again, surprising stats, but this is Hulk Hogan we talk about. Should he be one of the best? He probably should be, but that Taker stat really surprises me. So Hogan is a fantastic card, and me personally, he would be a great tag to have. He'd be the best possible tag team partner you could have. Maybe I'd say stick Hogan and Triple H together, and that would be absolutely astounding, because Triple H being a left arrow, Hogan being that right arrow. So on the subject of arrows, just to go back to Stone Cold Steve Austin, he is the only up arrow in your squad. Now, in the squad of fusions. So what I would say is, unless they decide to add more fusions, Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be a great Road to Glory card and a great single card if you've got someone with Hogan in the background and someone with Undertaker in the background. Otherwise, avoid using him, because he's not going to be that great for anything else. And he's going to be good for exhibition, for toughness, but that's about it. But hey, this has been SuperZombieBBQ. So in this battle, we're going to have Hogan, who wins overall, but is actually, in my opinion, the third, or actually I'd say fourth best card in the game, and I'll explain my thinking of that in a later episode with the one I believe is actually the third best in the game. This has been SuperZombieBBQ. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. Most importantly, we will be back for our next Fusion Focus, which is going to be Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, against the Game, the Cerebral Assassin, Triple H. That one's going to be an awesome one, I can tell you that now. And we're in for a big shock with regards to one set of stats. Most importantly, Zolive.